personal development and spiritual world, we often talk about having an impact on the world or serving others in a big way. But what if you don't want to do that? What if you don't want to be Mother Teresa or a healer or a teacher? Is it okay for you just to focus on your own happiness? Stay tuned. Watch today's video and find out. Hey, my happy shiny puppies in training. This is Melody Fletcher, author of Deliberate Receiving. Finally, the universe makes some freaking sense. And today's LOA Q&A comes to us from Awesome Dudette, who wants to know, how come people are always trying to give me the advice of serving something bigger than myself? Like working for a cause or serving humanity. Who cares about any of that crap? What if I just want to do things for me? Why isn't that good enough? I just don't really give a shit about what everyone else wants to do with their realities. Also, even if I did care, it wouldn't matter because I have no control over anyone else. And anyways, if I just do things to make myself happy, aren't I ultimately serving everyone else by becoming my best version? It's not like I'm walking over bodies to get what I want. I just don't feel like trying to change what everyone else is doing. Well, Awesome Dudette, I am so glad you asked this question. It's a fantastic question that a lot of people are secretly asking themselves, but aren't always courageous enough to talk about out loud because they're afraid of what other people might think. They're afraid of being judged. And of course, judgment is not something that you're going to find here. Here's the thing. A lot of people really do get a great amount of joy and satisfaction from the idea of helping others, particularly if they found a great deal of happiness themselves and they're on that happy, shiny puppy vibration and they're full of joy. Oftentimes, they get a great deal of satisfaction from having an impact on the world, or even just that idea gives them a great deal of joy. So when they hear those kinds of concepts, like serving the world or having an impact on the world, that's actually a really positive feeling statement for them. And so a lot of people in the personal development and spiritual world do talk about that because it is received in a really positive way and gives people a great deal of inspiration and motivation. However, we have in our society, most of us who are alive right now, have grown up in a society that puts great value on helping others. But from the point of view of you have to do it, and you should want to do it, and if you don't, you're a bad person. And some of that absolutely has transferred to some personal development, spiritual, etc. circles, where people have kind of morphed that into, you are here to serve a bigger purpose, and if you are not willing to then sacrifice yourself, then it's implied that you're a bad person. You're not very spiritual. You're not spiritual enough, or you're not evolved, or you're not enlightened. Yeah? That's just the other side of that same exact coin. It's manipulation. You do not have to do anything. You have no obligation here on this planet. You do not come in with a job. You come in with a joy. Yes, you set some intentions before you came here, and people could call that a purpose, but that intention is not to serve others or to sacrifice in any way. That intention is to experience something, to participate in something. And the best way that you do that is by following your own joy and your own bliss, which is going to take you on a fantastic, winding journey. And it may or may not include directly or indirectly having an impact on others, or helping, or teaching, or healing, or bagging groceries, or dancing naked in the rain, or whatever it is that you want to do. Isn't that a wonderful system, by the way, that your purpose is exactly what gives you the most joy? So as long as you follow your joy, you are living out your purpose. I think that's an amazing system. So you were absolutely correct when you asked if by following your own bliss and doing what your heart tells you to do, and I'm paraphrasing here, if you're not actually having the best impact on everybody else anyway by doing that, and you're absolutely correct, you are. Because by doing that, you are participating in the vibration and adding to the vibration of joy, which makes that stronger, gives it more momentum, and makes it easier for other people to find. It is not something that you have to do, but following your joy is something that you do want to do in very general, broad terms. Not because it serves other people in some way, but because it feels really, really good. Now, I realize that there are going to be people out there who hear these statements and think, oh my God, you're advocating for absolute and total selfishness and maybe even a little bit of sociopathic behavior. But let me explain this. Like you said in your question, you are not walking over bodies to get to where you want to go. And actually, if you're following your bliss, if you're following your heart, if you're on a high vibration and you're practicing awareness, which is what we're teaching here, yeah? That awareness is a big part of it, meaning that you're not in denial about how you feel. You're absolutely aware of how you feel, and you're following those things that feel the best feeling path. When you're doing that, you're not going to ever be inspired to walk over bodies or hurt somebody else in the process. Those types of behaviors come from utter and complete powerlessness and unawareness, lack of awareness, total denial. Yeah, people that don't know how they're really feeling and aren't really aware of it cannot follow the best feeling path. They still do in some way, but their view is very, very limited. And so they take part in actions that nobody in their right mind really wants to take part of, but they become better feeling actions from a place of total powerlessness. So hurting somebody else feels less horrible, less powerless than complete and total powerlessness. At least you have power over somebody else. Yeah? And the only time people take those kinds of actions and have that kind of impact on others is when they feel they have to and they have no choice. Again, they're coming from powerlessness. The work that you're doing by becoming aware, by following your bliss, by raising your vibration, means that you will never, ever, ever be that person that participates in that kind of manifestation. So you do not have to worry. So I'm here to tell you that no, you're not a bad person if you don't want to actively help others and you don't want to be Mother Teresa. You absolutely don't have to be. You don't have to do anything. Follow your own heart. Stop listening to other people's advice, especially when it contradicts what your heart, what your intuition is telling you. Follow your path of joy. Practice awareness. Go inside and listen to that inner voice. It will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. And if that voice contradicts what conventional wisdom or the people out there or teachers or anyone else is saying, defer to that voice, always. It is the voice of your wisdom, and it will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. It will lead you directly to your bliss. And when it does that, and you follow it and you trust that, you will have the greatest impact on the world and the universe that you could possibly have. So you know what? Tell that to those gurus who are telling you that you have to do this, you have to do that. And then send them this video, and then let me deal with them. So I hope I've answered your question. If you have a question of your own, or you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below, or come to my blog at deliberatereceiving.com. Click on the blog, and you can ask your question there, or join in the discussion and meet the Happy Shiny Puppy Army, my tribe of like-minded, powerful, positive creators who cannot wait to meet you. For this week, I have been Melody Fletcher, author of Deliberate Receiving. Finally, the universe makes some freaking sense. And I will see you next week. Bye.